It began like any other case. My client, Glenn Milton, was growing suspicious of his wife, Cassandra, who was beginning to arrive home late most nights. I tailed Mrs. Milton one evening and found the reason for her late arrivals. I'm sorry, Mr. Milton.
Curtis Goldberg.
You know the guy?
We used to be partners. Cassandra and I used to do expeditions with him. I haven't seen him since Bolivia. Thanks, Shepherd. Sorry.
That's okay, Mr. Milton. Pay me in a week.
Another drink. Leave the bottle.
Don the Rook Kaufman was fresh out of school. Instead of becoming a cop, he became a PI, thinking there'd be more money, thrills, and dames. Sure, he made a lot of mistakes, overlooked the little things, and he was a bit of a hothead. But he was a good kid.
What brings you here, Shepherd?
Rook, I was about to ask you the same thing. One of my clients might be involved with a murder here. And you?
Mr. Goldberg had a mistress.
Mrs. Milton. I know all about Cassandra. Her husband had me following her. I only hope that Goldberg's death wasn't the direct result of me showing him those.
Shepherd, Kaufman, I ask what you boys are doing here.
Chief, we came here to see you. One of my most recent clients may be involved with a murder here, but I won't know for sure until I get all the facts.
Shepherd, you can't withhold a potential murderer from the police. Besides, it's not your job to collect the facts. That's the job of the Chicago Police Department.
Chief, all I need is 24 hours to show whether they're innocent or guilty.
I can have you arrested right now for obstructing justice.
Come on, Will, you know me.
24 hours.
Thanks, Chief. I owe you one.
Yeah, but when your time is up and you got nothing, I'm bringing you in. What the hell are you doing here?
I'm with him.
He's with me.
24 hours.
So what are you doing here, Rook?
Cassandra, my client, is afraid that whoever killed Goldberg here is going to come after her. So I'm trying to figure out who did it.
He's got a wallet here. So what was the killer looking for?
Beats me, Shepherd.
Have I created a killer? Was I holding a murderer from the police? Was Mr. Milton capable of murder? He was drunk. He could have lost his temper. Were the pictures I gave him the tipping point? Who is it?
Glenn Milton. I need to see you, Shepherd.
Wait a minute.
He got what was coming to him, Shepherd. I didn't kill him.
Get in here.
I know what you're thinking. I didn't do it.
I never said you were guilty, Mr. Milton. You have to understand there's a lot of incriminating evidence against you. You have all the right motives and the photos.
I burned them.
For a man claiming to be innocent, you're sure making a lot of stupid moves. Fortunately, I have all the negatives.
You have to destroy them.
I can't. I told the cops that I have a client that could possibly be the killer. We have approximately 16 hours to prove your innocence. Or 16 hours to prove you did it. Sit down. Yesterday, when we were discussing Curtis Goldberg, you mentioned Bolivia. What exactly happened there?
It's a long story.
Mr. Milton told me all about his expeditions back in the 1920s with Cassandra and Curtis. In 1929, while digging in the Inca ruins, they dug up a gem as large as a man's fist, also known as the Devil's Diamond.
The diamond was found in the Temple of Supay, the god of the Underworld, the god of death. It was an offering to him, and it was a diamond that was worthy of a god. Curtis, Cassandra, and I were going to split the take. But Curtis ditched us and took the diamond with him. Now, after all these years, he's come back to take the only thing I have left. My wife.
I think it's time we had a little chat with Mrs. Milton, don't you? Hello, Don? Yes. Bring Mrs. Milton to my office. I think we have something here.
Shepherd?
Ma'am?
That was for taking the pictures.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Milton. Nothing personal, I was just doing my job.
I'm sure you were. Mr. Shepherd, I hope this won't take long, and I can assure you that whatever my husband told you is coming from a failed drunk.
That's why I want to get your side of the story, Mrs. Milton. Have a seat. What can you tell me about your expedition to Bolivia in 1929?
Well,
Cassandra's story was exactly the same as Glenn's, which puzzled me. Okay, Shepherd. Motive. What's the motive? If you excuse me for a moment. It's one of them. You stay here. I'll be right back.
You're the one that was cheating with Goldberg.
please, you can provide me with anything.
All right. I know for a fact that one of you is the killer. It was either you, Cassandra, who did it out of greed and the lust of luxury,
You're mad.
or it was you, Glenn, because Goldberg had everything you didn't. Looks, money, the diamond, your wife. So you went to his home and you stormed in drunk and you killed him.
I didn't kill him.
Perhaps, but now we wait.
For what?
The police. They're coming here to arrest each of you for the murder of Curtis R. Goldberg. Now's your chance to come clean.
I didn't kill him. I told him about the diamond and that we could start a new life together. I didn't know he was going to kill Goldberg searching for it.
Who, Cassandra? Who?
Don!
Damn it! Drop it!
Shepherd. Don?
Why'd you do it, Don? The girl, the money?
You know this job doesn't pay well. And look at her.
Was it worth it? You're young. You had a future. And you throw it all away for what? Some dame? Some fortune? There's more to life than that, Don. Where do you think you're going, Cassandra?
I didn't kill Goldberg.
True, but conspiracy. You planted the idea in Kaufman's mind.
But I didn't kill him. I'm not a criminal. I'm innocent. Glenn, darling, aren't you going to stop them?
I'm sorry, Cassandra. But for the first time in 15 years, I've finally realized something.
And what's that?
That you never loved me, or Curtis, or anyone. Just yourself and that diamond.
No, no, darling. Of course I love you.
Goodbye.
Glenn? Glenn? Glenn!
Greed and blindness can sometimes get the better of us all. Glenn was too blinded by Cassandra's beauty to see her cold, calculating heart. And I was blind. Blind to see what was happening to Rook. His greed for women, greed for money, got the better of him. The kid never had a chance. In all the years of my detective work, I forgot that sometimes the most obvious clues are hidden in plain sight. As for the Devil's Diamond, its whereabouts are still a complete mystery to me. A pity. I wish I could have laid my eyes on that gem. But then again, after everything, is it really worth finding?